talk about this topic that is trending all over social media. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Guys, when you like and share, it actually pushes the video out. And I want to thank you in advance.
Hello, hello, hello. Nicole, Two Eyes to See, God's No Title Servant. Let's look at one of the executive orders from President Trump that is heavily trending on social media. I have a word of encouragement and hope for everyone on today. Nevertheless, before I speak to that, I must first explain to everyone very quickly to bring you up to speed if you are clueless about the executive order on January the 20th. President Trump declaring national emergency at the United States southern border. Don't leave and click out because I've stated that information because you feel like you've heard it 100 times. Stay with me because as I stated, there are words of encouragement and hope at the end of this video. Section 6B, it reads, within 90 days of the date of this proclamation, the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of Homeland Security shall submit a joint report to the President about the conditions at the southern border of the United States and any recommendations regarding additional actions that may be necessary to obtain complete operational control of the southern border, including whether to invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807. Complete operational control of the southern border, including whether to invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807. Now, what is the Insurrection Act of 1807? It's the United States federal law that empowers the President of the United States to deploy the U.S. military and federal National Guard troops within the United States in particular circumstances, such as to suppress civil disorder, rebellion, unrest, things of that nature, okay? Okay, now let's look at this. January the 20th, 30 days later is April the 20th. So April the 20th is the date that is trending right now on social media and has gained a lot of attention, right? So the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of Homeland Security shall submit, as I stated, a joint report to the President about the conditions at the southern border and make recommendations. The act was last invoked in 1992. Now get this, it's only been invoked 30 times, but in 1992, for those of you who remember, it was invoked during the Los Angeles riot. Many of us remember Rodney King and what happened. Remember the four Los Angeles officers was acquitted and everything just went into upheaval here in the United States, right? So that's the last time that it was invoked. So here's what I want to say. With all of the uncertainties that all of us are facing in this hour, okay? All of us. I've often been quoted stating in family gatherings, in ministry, and just in casual conversation that by the time all of these uncertainties are over, we will have all have been affected in some way. So we're in this together, okay? Because the act allows the president the power to deploy troops on the grounds of America, many people have so many concerns, right? As mentioned, okay, there are so many videos that are surfacing and coming forth, and it just has people in a lot of panic and fear. Americans are so used to things being a certain way, and the thought of seeing troops on the ground, it kind of makes people feel a little uneasy and uncomfortable. Again, it's like Every other video, if I'm honest, is speaking about April 20th, 25. I'm going to just be honest, right? And so I was like, surely God has something for his people that he wants to say in the midst of that. So I'm obeying the assignment and I've come forth. God told me to let you know that you are supposed to, as he has instructed, to watch and pray. It's mentioned in Luke 21 and 36. So yes, we are to pay attention as things are swiftly changing day by day. But here's your encouragement that I want to give you. Did you not know that everything that happens must be allowed by God? It's because he controls everything. And, okay, he's in control. He controls everything and he's in control. Even if there is a plan in motion to take place on April the 20th, we trust God that he's in control of the change of the plans and that he can in fact change it because he's in control. How many of us know that God can either lessen the effects of a thing, or minimize it, or completely change the course of it? Why? Because he's God. He's in control. He can do whatever it is that he wants to do. Let me just remind us, because I'm included in this as well, because this is encouragement for everybody. Let's take a look at scripture and be reminded that God can change the course of it all. Moses, he interceded for the Israelites after they worshiped the golden calf. Exodus 32, 7 through 14. Okay? Let's look at Hezekiah prayer for the healing. Hezekiah became ill and was told by the prophet that he would die. Take a look at that reading. 2 Kings 21 through 6. And Elijah and the drought. 1 Kings 17 through 18. Elijah prayed for a drought, which came to pass. So what am I saying? I'm simply saying to you guys and to myself as well, we have to remain encouraged. There is hope. Yes, the information is out there. Yes, we should pay attention to what's going on because, again, God told us to watch and pray. But be encouraged because God is no respecter of persons. If he did it for Moses, if he did it for Hezekiah, if he did it for Elijah, he will do it for us as well. Remember, again, prayer can either minimize and lessen the effects of things, or God can totally change the course of it and it not happen. We have to know anything that takes place, God is allowing it. Okay? Be encouraged and do not walk around and being consumed by what may or may not happen on April the 20th. Make certain that you've repented. Make certain that you've asked God for forgiveness and you're living a life holy unto him, that your prayers not only will be heard, but they too shall be answered. You guys be encouraged.